Happy October, everyone. Quarter 4 is officially upon us, and that means it is time to start working our butts off to make as many low content book sales as we can, because it is officially the most profitable time of the year. So for those of you who aren't familiar with what Quarter 4 is and what it means, it's basically referring to the last quarter of the financial year, which encompasses October, November, and December. And in those months are some of the biggest holidays. We've got Halloween, we've got Thanksgiving, we've got Christmas, and then we've got the New Year. And because of all those big holidays, that means that there is a ton of potential for different niches to experiment with. I mean, come on, Christmas, people are going to be buying so many presents, and that includes things like coloring books, notebooks, like all sorts of things, even just little stocking stuffers. Like if you make a little notebook, like people will buy it for Christmas. So there are a ton of different niches to experiment with, and in this video I'm going to be showing you 9 of them, and you can use them for pretty much all the different holidays. Just kind of theme it around each of them, but for some of them they are more holiday specific. But anyway, I'm gonna stop explaining it, and so let's just get into the video. The first niche we're gonna talk about is dot-to-dot books. I'm going to be using the example of Halloween. So with all these different niches, mainly the activity book niches, I'm going to just be using Halloween, so you can get a feel for that within that Quarter 4 niche. So I'm going to type in Halloween dot-to-dot book. And now here we've got all our different options. I'm just going to click on what shows up first. And now if I look inside this Halloween dot-to-dot books, this is a dot-to-dot and maze book for kids. It's got a cute little "this book belongs to" in the front, and then we've got dot-to-dots like this. I created a video about how to make dot-to-dot books, so make sure to check that out so you can learn how to make your own. But basically it's just a bunch of dots with numbers around each of the dots, and we've got a little bit of a design in the middle, and then once someone traces around all those dots, they've got their completed image, and they're honestly really fun to do. Like, I've been creating some dot-to-dot books recently, and it's honestly really fun to like go back and try them myself, and I'm like, you know, dot-to-dots are actually really fun. Maybe I should get one of my own, like a hard adult one or something like that. I think that'd be fun. But basically, dot-to-dot books, they're not that hard to do, and this is a great niche that you can use for all the major holidays. Activity book niches in general are excellent, and yeah, this is a great one to target. So definitely try out dot-to-dot books. And now the next niche we're going to talk about is dot marker activity books. So here I'm going to type in Halloween dot marker activity book, and that brings up Halloween dot marker books, and I'm just going to click on the first one and then doing the look inside feature. So we've got the cute Halloween dot markers book, we've got the fun "this book belongs to," and then it's basically a bunch of images like this. And if we look on the back, you'll see that they're all pictures with little circles, and then young kids will just take their dot markers and they will fill in these circles however they see fit. And this is just a really fun way for a young toddler, for a kid, to learn how to color in a much easier way as long as they have dot markers. And again, just like with the dot-to-dot books, you can do this for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of the above. Like, you just need images and then just put some circles inside that are big enough for dot markers, and then you will be good to go. Now the next niche is coloring books, and it's great because you can create coloring books for kids as well as for adults. So if I come over here and type in Halloween coloring book for kids, as you can see, we get a bunch of Halloween coloring books, and I'm just going to click on this one. And now here it is. I'm gonna click the look inside feature, and then scrolling down, we've got the fun "this book belongs to" page, and then we have coloring pages. And so they all will look like this, kind of around that theme. So this book is for kids. As you can see, like, these are very cute coloring pages, and they're all around the same theme, which is great. So definitely, like, coloring books for kids are great, again, all the holidays. And then if we come up here and type in Halloween coloring book for adults, we'll have a completely different selection to choose from. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this one and see what it has inside of it. And then doing the look inside feature, let's take a look. So we've got a bunch of images like this. This is really cute. As you can see, these images are definitely more adult oriented, so they're not as like great for kids, and they're much more detailed. They've got like the lines are a lot closer together, so it's a lot harder to color. So these are very, very popular. Again, all the holidays, they're popular stress relief, relaxation, just as it says like in this title. So that's something to think about when creating coloring books for adults. But again, coloring books for both kids and for adults are both great niches, and they're both very different. So you can format them around the different holidays, and those are both excellent niches to experiment with, target, so I would recommend that. And now the fourth niche is Scizor Skills books. So I'm just gonna come here and type that in. We're going for Halloween Scizor Skills books. Perfect, so we've got a bunch of books like this. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the first one that pops up. And now looking inside, we've got, okay, cute, cutting practice, straight lines, curvy lines. And so we've got a bunch of images like this. So basically young kids will color in the pictures. So as you can see, color and cut. These are very cute images, definitely for younger kids, maybe toddlers, older toddlers, like preschool is a great age. They'll just color in the images, they'll cut them out, and then they've got this fun little image that they can do whatever they want with. And these are really great books to do, and honestly they're pretty easy. You can even just take a regular coloring book and just add these dotted line, well, not dotted lines, these dashed lines around the images, and then basically there you go, you've got your Scizor Skills. And this is definitely very, very easy to do, and this is a great niche for all the holidays. So this is another great one I'd recommend trying out. Now the fifth niche is puzzle books, which is definitely a lot more overarching. Like there are many different puzzles within puzzle books. We've got Sudoku, we've got mazes, we've got word search. We can even take a book with all of those combined, basically a whole puzzle activity book, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to type in Halloween puzzle book, and now we've got a bunch of different puzzle books. So here we've got a word search puzzle book, Halloween puzzles, spot the difference. Here's another word search, activity puzzle book. That could be a bunch of different things. Another spot the difference. And here we've got an adult one, so you can definitely try out an adult one as well, and like not just for kids. And it appears to be doing pretty well. The reviews are okay. So I'm just gonna go back up, and I think I'm gonna click on this one. So this one is specifically targeted at word searches, but again, you can do puzzles around anything. So one thing I'd like to note is that if you use BookBolt, or even if you don't, they have great PuzzleWiz software that if you purchase BookBolt's yearly subscription, you can get free access to PuzzleWiz, and you can create Sudoku books, you can create dot-to-dot books, word searches, all sorts of different puzzles, because honestly, puzzles can be hard to create, but they're so worth it, and you can make a lot more money from them. So that's definitely something to think about. So as you can see, this book is word search, but again, you can create like pretty much any type of puzzle you want. So looking at this, cute, happy Halloween, easy level. So it appears we have different levels, and they look a little something like this. And again, this is not hard to do, especially if you have the right software. So word search from different levels. And yeah, that's one other thing to know, is that if you want to do like different levels, easy, medium, hard, you can do a book that's just easy. You can do a book that's just hard. You can do a book that progresses like this one, has easy, medium to hard. So that's kind of all encompassing for a bunch of different age ranges. And just puzzle books in general are absolutely excellent, and they're great for all holidays again, and they're especially good for Christmas presents, stocking stuffers, because there is a lot of use that can be had out of them. And you know, like if someone's going on a plane, they'll want a word search, a Sudoku or something, whether it's for them, whether it's for their kid. Puzzle books are very, very popular throughout the year, but especially during the holiday season, because you can find fun Halloween ones, Christmas ones, just themed ones. So again, that is another great niche that I would recommend experimenting with. So I've just shared with you 5 niches. I've got 4 more to share with you, and they're less activity, like holiday focused. And now we're going to be talking about the new year, because there are actually a lot more niches I think you can experiment with the new year. So for example, the first one we're going to talk about is planners. So I'm just gonna come up to the search bar and I'm gonna type in planner 2022, because with the new year coming along, there are gonna be people who obviously want to plan it. So they'll need a new planner because their 2021 one will obviously not work for 2022. So we've got a bunch of cute 2022 planners. Again, one thing to note is that a lot of these are spiral bound, which is currently not something you can create with KDP. So with planners, you'll definitely want to target more of a specific keyword. So for example, like a panda planner, a floral planner, you want to use more long tail keywords, just because planner is very, very broad and you're going to find a lot of books like this, and you can't really compete with these because they're very, very pretty and they've got this spiral bound, and that's not really something that you can create quite yet unless you're not going to use KDP. But in this case, we will be using KDP. So you can definitely create a planner. Just think about the fact that you will need different keywords, because I mean, a lot of these are just focused on pretty 2022, but you'll want to focus on something very, very specific so that it's more likely for you to pop up in the search results, and more likely for someone who wants that specific thing to see your book and being like, well, I mean, it doesn't have a spiral, but it still is exactly what I'm looking for. So they'll go with your book. So that's one thing to note. Planners, great for the new year. And now that brings us to our next niche, which is logbooks. So I'm now back on the homepage and I'm going to type in logbook. You can do this either, like I've seen logbook spelled as one word. I've also seen it spelled as two words. You could experiment with both keywords, just something to think about. So they're very general logbooks. Obviously I just typed in logbook, so it's just going to be very, very general, probably graphs. But like if I were to type in fitness logbook, then we've got something that's entirely different. This one's cute, so I'm gonna click on this one. So this is a fitness logbook for women, and I'm gonna look inside. And scrolling down, we've got a bunch of pages like this. These interiors can be harder to create. You can do it in Canva. You can also do it in BookBolt. They have interiors. You can either make them or you can just use BookBolt already created interiors. They've got a lot of them, especially for logbooks. So what's so great about logbooks that I haven't mentioned yet is that with the new year comes New Year's resolutions. So people might want to like focus on fitness goals, all sorts of different goals. And that's where logbooks come into play, because people will want to keep track of those things. So logbooks, like we're talking fitness logbooks, like water tracking logbooks, like a lot of fitness ones especially. Fitness and health is super duper big, like when it comes to New Year's resolutions, but there are a lot of less thought about sub niches that you can create logbooks around. Basically, logbooks are popular because New Year's resolutions. So think about that when creating logbooks and you will be golden. And the next niche is gratitude journals. So gratitude journals are very, very popular because it's kind of along the same lines of New Year's resolutions. People want to like get more in tune with gratitude and things like that, and just have a more positive mindset, because 2022, people want to change some things, and gratitude is a great way to start. And so looking at this, we've got a bunch of different types of gratitude journals. I like this one a lot. I'm going to go ahead and click on this one. And now that I've done that, I'm going to come over here and look inside. And that brings me here, and we've got cute "This Journal Belongs To" page. And then we've got a fun branding page, definition of gratitude. And then we've gotten into the bulk of the book, which says good days start with gratitude. And so I'm thankful for this, and then the date, thankful for this. So it's a bunch of pages like this, and we've got a cute quote at the top. I'm not sure if the quote, there might be more quotes throughout the book, but basically it's very, very simple. Again, you can create the interiors yourself. You can get them from BookBolt, all sorts of different places, but these are very, very popular books to create. You just want a pretty design. You want to make sure that the interior is focused around gratitude and different things that people can write and keep track about as they're like focusing on being more grateful. So gratitude journals are another great one with the new year approaching. And now we have come to our 9th and our final niche that I'm going to be sharing with you, and that is going to be bullet journals. So I'm gonna go ahead and type in bullet journal. And one thing to note, this is very much like planners in that people are gonna be using bullet journals to plan 2022. So we've got a bunch of books that are like this. We're gonna find ones that are like this hard, like leathery cover. We're gonna find spiral ones. So again, just like with planners, you're gonna wanna make sure that you use much more specific keywords and that you're targeting something very specific in order to sell, because bullet journals are very, very popular. So you're gonna wanna make sure it's something like, I don't know, Panda bullet journal. And then when I type that in, we've got a bunch more like KDP created books that are doing quite well actually. So that's something to think about. And I'm just gonna show you really quickly what a bullet journal looks like. So I'm gonna click on this one and then the look inside feature and scrolling down. So we've got this cute panda image, name and address, a lot of contents. And then we've got our bullets. So bullet journals are very, very popular. They've been popular for a long time because people can create boxes and things and pretty much just plan their life however they want. So this is great, just like planners for 2022, because people might want a new bullet journal to keep track of the year. So this is another great one. Again, you're gonna wanna use more targeted keywords. Definitely give bullet journals a shot with 2022. So as you can see with Q4, there are a ton of different niches to experiment with for all of the major holidays. And I hope that this video has helped you figure out what niches that you should try, because honestly I feel like with different people, different niches will come more naturally and things that you'll create will come more naturally. So I recommend like giving all of them a shot and just seeing what does the best, what you enjoy making the best, like what makes the most sales for you, and then you'll be able to zero in on what is the perfect book to create for your KDP business. Also, I really want to share with you 2 resources that have helped me a lot and I think would help you a lot, especially with Q4. The first one is called Easy Pub Profits, link in the description. It's basically a monthly guide that breaks down all of the important niches and keywords that you should be targeting for that particular month, so that you can just forget about the whole research process because they've pretty much already done it for you, and it's super duper easy. Would highly recommend it. Again, link in the description. And also the other resource is Creative Fabrica, which if you haven't heard of it, is a big website that has a bunch of different designs and things that you can purchase. You can either purchase Creative Fabrica's monthly subscription to be able to download everything that you want, or you can just like pay by the product. I have the monthly subscription so I can just get what I need as I need it, and it's awesome. There are a bunch of different KDP interiors. Like this is great for activity books, for coloring books and things like that are kind of harder to create, that are less no content and kind of straying more to low content and higher content that can be a bit more difficult to design. That way, like all you have to do is just download it and create a cover and you're good. So I'd highly recommend Creative Fabrica. Again, link in the description. Anyway, I hope that this video has helped you a ton with figuring out what niches that you should target this Q4. And thank you so much for watching. I'd appreciate it if you enjoyed this video, if you could give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content just like this. Let's get out there and let's make some more sales this Q4. See you guys. Bye.